Well, welcome back, friends. You may notice a new face here to my left. Welcome, Soy, onto the broadcast here. Help me take you through the rest of the night. And we've got some good matches lined up here for our final three. Butler versus Villanova, one coming up next.
Huge battle in the Big East here in week 12 of EGFC. I mean, these are two teams battling for the top of the standings, but in the Big East Conference overall, these are two teams vying for that, second overall seeding, really, or at least it's in contention here because of the way that these teams have played out. So it's going to be really interesting to see what these teams bring to the table in such a key matchup.
Yeah, Villanova have been on an incredible glow up this year. Season 4, they are 9-2. There's been, just the top of the top are the only teams to beat them, and it took Montana 5 games to make it happen. Villanova have been incredibly hot. They're one game away from being 10-1 right now to join Seton Hall and UTA. I guess Seton Hall's 9-1, but you get my point, friends. You get my point. Villanova have been on fire. Butler, a similar story, but a little bit of struggle as they had to face your number 1 and number 2 teams in the entirety of EGF to start their spring split.
But they bounced back with a win last week against William & Mary, but we'll see if that's enough to get the win here against Villanova. Early pressure here, good shot on, but Morales is going to be able to make the save. Kai tries to dribble this one out, but Krigg getting a block here. Krigg, new to this Butler squad, as he got his first start just last week in that William & Mary matchup, and had a pretty good start to it. 2 goals, 10 saves in that series. So we'll have to see how he does here against a high-octane Villanova offense.
The horse just gets absolutely destroyed on that attack, and it brings a screeching halt to Villanova's chance in the offensive zone. Kai gets beat by Horse, and the ball drifts into the blue half, but Krigg with an easy clear, and Butler going right back on the attack. Riley gets a big chunk of that ball, and Villanova looking for one in transition, right back the other way. Kai, though, able to muscle through, at least maintain some possession. Centering ball going to Krigg. Krigg with a chance, drops it in the middle, denied by Milky Boy.
Ooh, but look at the pass infield there. Morales and Kai trying to make something happen. That one's on, dangerously close. Milky Boy waiting till the last second to make that save, and now they head the other way with it. Riley going to leave that one. The challenge goes on. Krigg is there, going up for the air dribble, but not too much off the back of it. Runs out of boost, and it will be cleared away. Riley's already camped down there. Another infield pass, and we've seen Villanova really work those infield passes and tear apart some of these defenses, but Butler seems wise to it so far.
And Butler's able to get a little short passing of their own in the deep here in the Villanova zone. Morales dropping it to Kai. Kai's shot upper 90 will go in. Kai with a beautiful finish, beautiful start, and really just a nice give and go to Morales. Drops it perfectly there. 1-0 to Butler here to start things off.
Really smart play there. That drop down pass was beautiful, recognizing that, hey, I can't really get a good shot here off of this corner kick out. Let me drop it down to the player who sent it there from the wall, sent it to the guy who's got the better angle to shoot at, and that's Kai in that instance. And Kai has been so good offensively for this team. That's goal number 31 of the season for him. But the big thing about Kai is that he's actually second overall in assists this year, as he's been a huge part of this Butler offense, even way back in season 2 when Butler had that huge run to make the league championship semifinals. Kai seemed like a monster, and he continues to do so. But on the flip side, it's Villanova's offense going to work, getting dirty with the demos, and Riley's going to get the opener.
Yeah, Milky Boy comes across and just opens things up completely for Horse. Gets the cross over to Riley. Easy duck in. Wide open goal. Villanova just took the jaws of life to that defense and completely made a hole big enough to drive a truck through.
Huge opportunity there. And now back to a tied game, but this one's going to be denied away. These two seemingly always play each other very close in that Big East Conference, but so far, just very back and forth. Riley trying to stuff one past Kai, won't be able to do so. Wide-angled shot, chips off the backboard. Now Horse looking to beat Krigg to this ball. Doesn't find the touch, but actually buys space for Riley. Dumped right back down in. Kai now on the dribble, sends it up high. Only Riley is there. And it feels a little tentative from both offenses now, not wanting to give up much, knowing that that counterattack is always a threat.
Villanova putting a lot of faith in their third player back right now. Keeping two players aggressively up front. Milky Boy's going to get demoed in front of the line, and they're going to pay for it this time as Craig comes through with goal number 3 of their career.
Morales with a huge play. Oh, and Kai with the demo. The kick out was so clean.
That pass, that kick out pass was ridiculous. The spin around off the back of the car to go all the way down the pitch and drop it right in front of the goal, and then the clear out demo. And like I said, Villanova was putting a lot of trust in that third player. Once the third man gets demoed, it is open season here for Butler.
And the other key to that play, too, all 3 members getting involved, right? Butler committing all 3 upfield. Kai is normally the man back on that play because Morales is going for the ball, but instead goes for the demo and frees up the space to set that play up and give the Butler Bulldogs the lead late here in this opener of this best-of-5 series. And they're still putting on offensive chances. I'm a Horse kind of pins that one to the corner. Milky Boy waiting for the challenge from Morales. Does get by him. You have to wonder how much boost he's got in the tank as I'm a Horse will get by. Has Riley. Shot is open. Shot is on, but Morales with a goal line save. And the rebound's going to get saved away by Kai.
Rebound shot was just way too narrow. Needed to go far post. But Morales with the gorgeous save to bail Butler out. Help him maintain the lead. Kai was trying to drop it down for Morales here. Morales will eventually get a touch on it. Horse is going to push across the line here in the final seconds. Craig with a big denial and a rolling clear should guarantee victory here for the Bulldogs.
And that one's going to touch the ground. No one in sight of it. And Butler take game 1 of this series. But it was close. And you got to, look back at the plays. I think the big difference maker really was that Kai finding that demo on that back line, committing all 3 members, right? You said it, right? Villanova is depending on that third man back to make the saves, to get the stops. He gets eliminated, and all of a sudden, it's wide open, and it's those, little plays. The minutia of this game is what it really comes down to between these two teams, and they're able to take advantage of it in game 1.
I mean, the defensive rotations from Villanova, they weren't rotating fully back. They were keeping 2 pushed up so they could get quick transition goals. Butler read that like a book and just like, hey, if we go back there and demo, it is clear sailing right to the net.
And we also saw the physical play start to play a factor, right? Villanova's only goal was off of a bump along that goal line or a demo along that goal line. Same thing for Butler getting that game winner. They get the demo on the back line. So that physical play that we don't frequently see going to play a huge factor in this series.
Low scoring shot totals overall, only 9 total shots there in game 1. Morales' first shot, first goal here, 13 seconds into game 2 is I'm a Horse just with a lackluster clear, lands right in Morales' lap. Props to Morales for making that acute angle as well.
Yeah, Morales with a great shot angle, like you said, kind of just beyond goal line extended there to make that one happen. And now for a Villanova squad that has consistently the past couple of weeks put up numerous shots on goal, they look a little lost in terms of getting to the portions of the field where you can make those infield passes happen. And this Butler defense able to clear the ball pretty cleanly, so it's up to Villanova to find a way to break through. I think they've got to take a page out of Butler's book and find a way to commit all 3 members. But oh boy, Milky Boy with a huge solo effort nearly found a way to tuck that in by himself.
Kai screwing back the other direction. Morales gets demoed, so Kai's just going to follow it all the way back. Craig rotates in, try to keep pressure in the zone. Kai to the corner, Morales and down the center. Doesn't get the shot off. Butler able to bump it back into the orange half as Craig wants another shot at this thing, but Milky Boy over the top steals it, going through the skies once again to Riley. Finds the fortunate bounce off the crossbar for the tying goal.
And Milky Boy, what a play here. Gets back to the ceiling, flicks it forward, and Riley sneaking underneath. All the attention there is on Milky Boy and that shot, that pass from the ceiling. No one, everyone's on ball cam there looking up at that ball. No one sees Riley sneak out of the corner and get underneath that ball, and the shot off the crossbar, well placed to get that underneath with all that power, and the Wildcats strike back and tie this game up.
Oh, cool goal. That was just awesome. I love the late boost coming out from Milky Boy off the ceiling, just the right altitude to push that ball forward, to set it up for Riley. That was just a spectacular goal.
Highlight reel one, and one that Villanova really needed to get some momentum back. But here comes Kai looking for the dunk with 0 boost, but Imahorse gets it around him for the moment. Morales looking for a second touch, but Milky Boy is there, gets it over top. Kai is back. Now all the boost as he picks up the midfield one and expects a challenge there from Imahorse, and a little bit of a miscue leaves Krigg with another one, and Krigg taps in a second goal here for Butler.
Imahorse waits out the first challenge, but Krigg comes across the top. Milky Boy doesn't see it coming in time to body block it out. And the newcomer Krigg finds their second goal of the series.
Huge plays from Krigg at the right place at the right time has given the Bulldogs a 2-1 lead. That shot's going to find the back of the net. Imahorse right off a kickoff launches one underneath the crossbar, and the defense just disappearing for Butler. Oh, Morales backflips. That's tragic.
Yep, got a little panicky. Hit those buttons a little too quickly. And Captain Horse, just with the right amount of finesse, so lob that one in, keeping it just under the crossbar. Good poise we've come to expect here from the captain of this Villanova squad, and the tying goal that the Wildcats much needed.
So we approach that halfway mark. Morales might have something here, but Riley's going to be able to go up and challenge that ball. And a Horse stuck in an awkward position here, trying to play this one off the corner, but he'll opt to just leave it for Riley. All of Butler backtracking now. Kai, wanted to leave that ball for Krigg, but he was getting bumped by Riley instead. And a lot of chaos here as players really trying to get physical and bump each other out of position, making each side uncomfortable in where they are and keeping it difficult to track down where everybody is. That's a great save by Milky Boy on Kai's shot, and it will be cleared away.
Great setup from Butler. Even better job on the defense of Villanova. They're going to have to rotate back to grab this one. Do you have plenty of boost to work with? Could be a very aerial assault here. Kai up to meet it, drops it down. Big shot from Morales. Sent aside as Milky Boy holds the line there on that near post corner. Ball drops down in front of Kai once again. This one's going to ride at the wall. Kai trying to beat it up and just bails on that plan. Of course, with some good positioning, but another good push across the front. Krigg's going to make contact as well. Villanova holding on here in this, approaching the final minute. Morales going to boot it back up. Krigg misses it. Morales will get touch number 2, but there's a demo in the backfield. Horse has got a shot up high. That'll go. Villanova takes the lead with 72 seconds remaining.
Huge play here. Morales, you never want to see those passes off the wall, not when you're going to be the last man back. And look at the power of this shot, nearly 70 miles per hour on it. Just no time for Morales to react. He's just trying to buy time by sending it into the wall. But when you do that, it makes it such an easy read for your opponent to fly in and send one on. And Imahorse, the benefactor.
Kai with a chance here. That was a good play from Milky Boy. Just quick enough to keep it out of Kai's hands. Kai misses that challenge, but Krigg's going to push it back forward. Kai was going for the bump, but Horse stands strong. Horse trying to get out, but Morales with a beautiful dunk right on target. We're tied up once again.
And again, Horse gets bumped here, but he's still right in front of the play. Krigg trying to disrupt him, and Morales, I wonder if the ball actually kind of shadows Morales there and blocks his or obscures his view of that incoming challenge. But that ball just barely gets away from Horse, and all of a sudden Butler's found another window back into this game.
Ball kick outside, 36 remaining in the blue half. Krigg trying to escape. Horse gets a big touch, goes up high. Kai racing to it and wins it out. Kai drops it over to the right-hand side, but Milky Boy with the pass. The shot blocked. Morales gets in front of that laser that was headed to the back of the net. Some contact on the outside, and Morales wants this out of the blue zone. 15 on the clock. Good contact up front. Milky Boy has to use a lot of boost just to get to it, but lands the pass to commit from the defense, but Craig does make the save. Ball's going to drop down. Riley with a chance. Kai beats him to it. Milky Boy to push it to the outside, and this is looking like an overtime scenario here for game 2. Ball does spit up into the middle. Morales keeping it in the air. Kai wants a touch. Drop it back down to Morales. Morales going for the backboard. Riley with the block. Ball finally drops. It's OT.
We got our first overtime between these two, but once again, it's going to be a one-goal game, and you got to wonder who's going to make that play to set their team up for success as Morales and Kai try and find each other in the midfield here, but it's going to give Villanova a chance to counterattack. Riley plays patient, finds the angle, and he'll score, and Villanova have tied this series up.
An overtime finisher, but it took only 16 seconds for Riley to make that read. Butler just gets caught way too far corner side. It leaves a big old opening. Riley all over it. Goal number 3 on the day, and a very important game winner here in game 2 to tie up this series.
Yeah, I think in that overtime goal, too, Craig jumps up very, very early, expecting Riley to go up, and he just overplays the ball, and all of a sudden, Riley makes him look foolish just by standing there saying, all right, the ball's going to drop down to me, and Kai and Morales just can't get back in time to make that save, but good recognition by Villanova's offense, right, to say, hey, they're overplaying this. They're jumping at everything. Let's just play patient, play for that juke. And they find that angle, and they get one back here in this series. So tied up at 1 apiece now as we get ready for game 3.
Oh, you got to love it. You got to love it. The slate's been wiped clean, but you can't help but feel Villanova the ones with a little bit more momentum. You know, neither team are starting from a standstill, and Villanova appear to have a bit of the edge as far as the read on the other team is concerned, as far as a little bit of tempo control, and you can see that resulting in some early pressure here in game number 3.
And it feels like in terms of how these teams are scoring their goals, is this one's going to be dangerous. It's off the post, and Morales was there, but couldn't make contact. Milky Boy will be able to buy a little bit of time, but 2 players commit for the side of the Bulldogs. Horse and Riley aren't able to pinch this one out. Might have bumped each other away from the ball, but either way, it finds its way to Milky Boy with plenty of space. But I was saying, in terms of how these teams have been scoring in this series in particular, for Butler, it's been a lot of the physical plays that have worked for them. But on the flip side, you're seeing opportunities like this from Villanova. A pass to the infield finally off the wall. Kai can't control it, and the Wildcats have the lead.
That was the second one of those Villanova had pulled in a row. Milky Boy had an incredible cross a second ago. Butler just barely able to get in front of that one. This time it's Horse off the wall, and there was only one player separating Villanova from success. Villanova able to get around it. And early pressure results in an older goal. We've barely seen the orange half. Kai trying to get into it for the first time. Morales with the demo might create a little bit of space, but Horse is able to grab a boost and the ball along with it.
Jukes out a defender there as well. He's got another infield pass. Morales kicks that one outside the box. Milky Boy controlling along the wall, looking for Riley, but Kai intercepts it. Luckily for them, Horse is back. He'll be able to pick up the corner boost as well, but Morales on the challenge. And it'll be Milky Boy to clear that ball away. Craig now. Infield pass cut off by Horse, but it's still blocked away. You're seeing now Butler forced to the outside on a lot of these offensive drives. Craig will make that save along the back line. The Horse will keep this ball in the blue half. He's got another touch on it. Can he find Riley? Yes, he can. The shot is on, but what a read by Kai sweeping across to make that save.
Incredible save. It was a beautiful setup from Villanova. Kai just sticks with it. Rides it all the way through. Now gets a touch. Squeezes between 2 players. Gonna beat Horse down. No, decides to sit back, grab the boost, and then attack from the ground level. Almost snuck one in. Morales is gonna push it over to the other side. Horse was waiting for that along the wall. We'll get the clear. Milky Boy working off the wall as well, trying to go for the cross. Morales in front of that one. Kai off the wall. Both these teams playing very fast, looking for the deep ball right now, and Craig with a big miss. Might leave it open for Villanova. Off the wall, this one to Riley. Up into the air. trying to work off the back. Kai sticks with it. Slow play here as Milky Boy wins out of 50. It's going to drop in Horse's lap. Can't wrangle it in, and Butler with a couple of quick short passes makes it into the zone. Morales with a chance. Morales with a goal.
What a play from Butler. Kai, the infield pass. Morales to Craig. Just everyone getting involved for Butler. That's the key. All three members have to be on point. But it feels like that was basketball passing. Just in tight, in close. Just continue to feed each other the ball. Or, that's like soccer drill practice, right? Just continue to pass around that triangle. And look at this off the corner. Craig again giving Butler the edge here off the feed from Morales.
Great read from Craig. And a nice little redirect to put that where it needed to go. It was perfect. Welcome to the league, Craig. You're looking spectacular. And Butler with those short passes. I mean, the soccer drill is the perfect visual for that. And, I mean, you are one happy coach. Coach Nick has got to be very happy with that squad after seeing those beautiful, flawless short passes, 4 of them in a row to get that first goal, and then back-to-back scores here from Butler to put them up by 1.
Still plenty of time, though, and plenty of work to be done here for Butler to try and get themselves to match point. Riley gonna get denied out. I'm a Horse finds a clear, and Milky Boy gets a demo. This could be a chance at an open net. Morales can't get back to it, and Riley's gonna sneak one in. Milky Boy's downfield demo opens up the back door for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and a bit of a miss from the defense of Butler. And Villanova, their aggression rewarded that time. That big forward placement, and they find themselves in a 2-0. Down the field, that is. Not as far as scoreline. Clearly, it's a 2-2 scoreline. Ivor's looking to make it a 3-2 here. Can't get past the defense. Still a chance, though. Still a dangerous presence. Kai's ball, okay, will make it over Riley's head. Milky Boy will put a stop to it. But Kai right there. Opportunity here for Butler.
Well, look at this. Just back-to-back passing there from the backboard to the corner, and Imahor sends it away. Now Kai from his own back wall gets the flip reset, does get a piece of that ball, but Riley was ready for it. And now Milky Boy will try and clear this ball once more. A minute remaining here in regulation to decide who gets to match point. Might be Villanova off of that challenge. Imahor sends it all the way across. It was a bullet. Riley wasn't expecting it. And now Morales caught in an odd spot. Craig will have to back him out of that situation. And now Horse trying to work out of the corner once more, but Kai is there. Harsh pinch out. Morales won't be able to find a touch. And Butler heads the other way. 30 seconds now remaining in regulation.
Well, Morales staying back, and a good thing they did. Big clear and a follow-up touch puts it right back into the orange half. Horse through the skies. Craig meets him. Ball drops down, lingering towards the left wall. Pass to Kai. Kai in the middle, denied by Riley. Beautiful save from Villanova. But Butler may not be done with this assault just yet. Craig to Morales. Morales up to Kai once again. Kai goes over 1, but Horse is there for the backup. Ball's dropping low. Kai with a touch. Craig coming in, forcing him off. Ball rolling along the ground and nobody there. We're headed to overtime for our second game in a row.
And another huge overtime here. These two have just been so back and forth. Does Villanova find another overtime goal, or will Butler put themselves on match point? Maybe all the way a pass across here to Kai. He's going to send one on, and no one is back. Everyone on Villanova getting called out, and Kai's got the overtime winner.
Pulled hard left. You can see everybody from Villanova was working from right-hand side to left on your screen, trying to stuff that corner, expecting a corner play. And Kai just puts it all the way across the grain for that long-distance game-winning goal. A goal to put Butler up on match point. We've got ourselves a ball game, friends.
This is so close between these two, and it's just the little things, again, that are making huge differences. I feel like Kai, right now, the game plan for him, it's just about beating the man across from you, right? These 50s, these challenges. Yeah. And while both teams are implementing a lot of physical play in their offensive attacks, but if Kai can, win that 50, just get the ball, pop it up over somebody, then Morales can make a play. Then Craig can make a play on the ball. Just feed your teammates and let them make plays. And in that overtime winner, again, you can't give a player like Kai that much space to work with. He will bury you. He is a sniper at heart. And here you see why. Finds the open net as everyone on Villanova thought they were playing the right play on that corner, but the net was left wide open, like you said.
And Kai's not going to miss those. A beautiful read, and now has the ball in their hood again. Little flick up top. Milky Boy, the only one who made that read, able to get up to it. Ball still in front of the net. Morales is going to take a long-distance lobber of a shot, but it's not on target. Riley kicking it to the outside. Craig waiting for it. Kai falling back, and Morales pushing up to challenge into the corner. Kai pushing up as well. Bit of a dangerous moment, and Riley's going to spit it out. Craig and Morales racing back. Morales in position to make the save. I'm a horse with a follow-up touch, though, is going to send it back into the blue box. Morales floating up high and narrowly avoids disaster.
Huge play there. Maybe something off the backboard. Milky Boy's there, but what a back touch by Morales. Now across, trying to feed it back in, but Craig gets back in time. And Butler, their defense has been so good positionally about getting back, but they can't get away from the demo attempt. It's Riley setting this play up, or no, it's Milky Boy escorting him off the premises and setting up Riley for the goal.
No, one touch wasn't good enough into the corner. You see the car Morales fall out of the sky. There was a follow-up touch from Milky Boy that took Morales all the way up the wall. Morales was watching this match from the skybox. By the time that the time Morales was done with him, that was nuts. It was Milky Boy who made that contact. Self-correction there. Kai going in here looking for a tying opportunity. Oh, and I've lost audio with my co-caster. I don't know if that's on my end.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, wait, something just broke. Something broke. And it wasn't just the Butler defense. Morales tying shot. Off the crossbar. Kai follow-up will go. We're tied right back up.
I mean, these two, there's just no breathing room for any errors. All of a sudden, it becomes a 2-on-1 here, and Horst thinks this first shot is on. You can't blame him. It's a well-placed shot by Morales, but the fact that it actually kicks off the crossbar and straight down means he doesn't find a touch, and it's an easy cleanup for Kai. The defense of Villanova just barely not fast enough to get back to that ball, and all of a sudden, back to a tie game once more.
And, I mean, just continuing physicality from these teams. A lot of upper cars going on. Oh, Riley with a big touch there. Morales is going to bail him out, and it's a solid enough clear to get over Milky Boy's head. Battle for possession at midfield. Two from Villanova pulling right. Riley wants to cross. Lands it on a Milky Boy. Milky Boy going up. Gets over Craig. Gets the double tap. Gets the goal. Villanova have the lead.
Excuse me? Milky Boy jukes out one, and Craig tries to go up, but look at that pinch down so fast to the backboard, and what a guillotine of an angle he finds to make it 2-1 here. Villanova, as we crest that halfway mark, have the lead once more.
Milky Boy, the executioner here of the Bulldogs, at least so they hope. Still work to be done. Butler on match point right now. Villanova need 2 in a row if they want to take this series and move up to 10-2 on the season. Milky Boy with a good opportunity here. All three players from Butler scrambling to make sure that they were in front of that ball. Not trying to send it back, but Riley hits I'm a Horse, who's deep into Butler territory. Ball bounces out. Morales is able to sneak it away from Riley, who gets demoed by Morales. Good play from Morales in the offensive half. The ball's going to drift back down into the blue zone. 2 players from Villanova going up for it. Kai coming away with it.
Craig now trying to keep this one in. Still dangerous in front, but Milky Boy's got just enough boost, and he gets the pinch there. So now Butler having to retreat for the moment. Riley to keep this one in. The trap is set now at midfield. You're seeing everyone up. They've got control right now. It's up to Butler to find a pocket to break through this midfield game, but Milky Boy touches it back down into the corner. and all of Butler retreats once again. Krig gets over one. Milky Boy is there, but Morales wins the race to it, and Riley sends it forward. It's 2-on-1 the other way, and Riley's going to have a tap in. There's no one back, and it's 3-1 Wildcats.
Butler heavily commit on their attack, and one clear, and it gets behind everybody. And you've got Milky Boy and Riley who are positioned behind the defense, and a beautiful feed coming from Horse. The captain leading the other two, and leading Villanova to a 3-1 lead here. 60 seconds to go. Kai with a shot from up high, but Milky Boy with the read.
Still plenty of time, but that's
Milky
not
Boy
a
with
great
the goal.
challenge. Oh my, Milky Boy. I mean, I understand the effort here from Morales, but you can't wait on that ball. Otherwise, this is exactly what's going to happen to you. Milky Boy with the dunk, and it happens to be perfectly to the corner. And all of a sudden, Villanova are up to a 3-goal lead here with 50 seconds remaining.
Biggest lead of the day from either of our squads. Milky Boy almost increased it, if not for a good save from Morales there. 42 seconds, and Kai with the ball, driving down Milky Boy, not letting any easy plays off the backboard. No free room. Riley trying to keep it in the zone. Craig with a touch. Horse along the wall. Rotations from Villanova into the offense. Kai gets demo just as they get the corner boost, and Morales will get the touch. Followed by a Craig and into the orange half. 20 seconds remaining. Down by 3. Butler lose control of this ball right in front of their own net. Riley with a demo goes to center for the cross. I'm a Horse trying to just carry it in themselves, just eating up clock time. Most certainly sending us to that game 5.
Another demo comes through, but you're right. The clock is going to hit zeros, and no matter what Butler does here, that game 5 is on the docket between these two. And boy, oh boy, what a win for Villanova in a series that has been nail-bitingly close all the way through. A series of 1-goal wins for Villanova to come out in this fashion, have a 3-goal lead, and win like this. That's a statement headed into game 5.
I mean, shots were, what, 11-3 in the shot department? That was a very one-sided game, especially after giving over that overtime loss in game 3. For Villanova to come out like that, that was quite the statement. They just played ball control. They would not let Butler touch the ball at all. And it felt like Butler started to get a little desperate there towards the back end, which understandable with putting more aggression down when you're already, lacking in goals, when you're already playing from a deficit. But Villanova able to capitalize on that and continue to just stack up goals in their own right. 4-1, beautiful showing. We're headed to game 5, and once again, it's Villanova with the momentum. But I said the same thing in game 3, Soy. Look how that turned out.
It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. And I think one of the big difference makers in this series that you have to look at is Crig. At the end of the day, Crig has gotten so many of these goals by being that third man in, having all 3 members of Butler in the attacking half for the side of the Bulldogs. He has been the go-to guy to give Butler an edge. He has got to step up in this game. We know what Kai can do. We've seen Morales get some great touches. But Crig, being that newer member of the roster, going up against a Villanova squad that has really worked up and built up their chemistry this season, it's up to him to be the difference maker.
Got a good touch there. Couldn't stick with it, though. Morales with a punch in off the wall. Will go wide of net, but a demo on a Milky Boy trying to create some space. Craig not quite able to win the 50. Ball drops down for a Horse. Riley rotating out. Milky Boy in the wings waiting for this cross, but Morales is all over it. Does intercept the ball before it can reach Kai. Keeps it in midfield. Drops this one down, but a bit of confusion. It lands on the blue car instead of Horse's, but Captain Horse comes across, able to make a good touch and a demo to boot. Now it's Milky Boy with a centering pass to Riley. Riley rotates back, decides to leave that one for the newcomer, Craig. It becomes a bit of a battle for the ball here in front of the orange net. Milky Boy and Riley back for it with plenty of time to set up how they want to attack. Morales just robs them of that time. Finally, Horse clears it out.
So many dangerous touches here, and that's the thing about Villanova with these infield passes. It's so threatening offensively, but they have to do them in a series like this at midfield. And that is a scary place to just pass the ball away here. As look how much space there is. Kai can't make contact. I think he was at a boost, and he knew if he made that touch, it was likely a goal. Krieg puts one on, dangerously close. Kai the pinch across, but it's not on target, and it will be saved away. But Butler is the team right now that's been able to generate some dangerous chances, and look at this angle from Kai. Are you kidding me? What a touch.
Kai was just a moment late on 2 separate balls, then gets that double tap. I mean, like, what a redemption goal. Kai wanted that one bad and just willed that one, used the force to guide that thing home. An impossible angle, especially for a double tap.
You said it was third. It's basically third time's the charm. He couldn't make contact the first 2 times. There, he does not find a way, or he does not miss. And now all of a sudden, Butler find themselves in a 1-goal lead, looking for more. Krieg almost got back to that ball, but Milky Boy just barely getting it there in time to shut that play down. Maybe Villanova's got something here in transition, but Morales is going to make the first save.
Kai able to beat Riley to that ball, and it moves across. Milky Boy working off the left-hand wall. Take the boost. Kai patiently waiting for it. Took the ball. Follow-up contact onto Horse. But Villanova stuck with it until Morales is able to muscle it past. Milky Boy misses. Morales takes a shot. That will go. Milky Boy is going to be wanting this one back, as that touch was going to go to Horse. But Morales was way in front of it and just seeing into the future as they slam home goal number 2.
Defensive miscues here from Villanova. They have been so good at getting their offense going, but it's about getting to the point where they can play offense. And so far, these defensive touches have just given away possession more frequently than not. Another infield pass. Morales is actually going to get a demo. Horse was looking for a wild redirect, but cannot find contact. Riley trying to work something out of the corner here. But look at this clear. Horse now sends it up the wall, but he's facing the wrong way. Nowhere to really run to. Everyone from Butler waiting for this one. Kai towards the backboard. Milky Boy gets a solid read on it. And now for Villanova, how do you break through this midfield game? They find an opening, but Kai is back.
And I'm a Horse with shot number 4. The only 4 shots Villanova has here in game number 5. And, well, Krieg comes up with another goal. The newest addition of this Butler roster finds goal number 4 here in this Game 5 thriller. Right now, Butler are 74 seconds away from taking it, moving up to 8-4 in the season.
Huge win this would be, especially after the way Game 4 went, to bounce back like this. 3-0 scoreline with a minute remaining now. Horse plays it slow, and Krieg gets the save, and Kai will be able to move this ball forward. And at this point, if you're the Bulldogs, not that you'd want to, but you can afford to play for the clock. It's taking a lot for Villanova to break through and find those backdoor opportunities that they were finding earlier in this series. They go for a demo play, but Morales escapes. Does he have the touch? It pinches out off a Horse's car. Kai attempts to clear it, but Milky Boy keeps it in, and Krieg with another clear. Horse has to send it back. 30 seconds remaining, and Villanova, you're starting to enter miracle territory.
Butler's just done such a good job in the midfield and not allowed Villanova for any shots. The shots that they've had have been kind of lackluster. I'm a Horse is going to put one wide there. Yeah, you see I'm a Horse with 5 shots now, but a couple of them have just been long distance downfield, kind of yeet them somewhat towards the net, not a real calculated assault. Butler really in control. They bounce back from a pretty detrimental loss in Game 4 and utterly dominate Game 5 to take this series. A statement win from the Bulldogs.
Kai's looking for more here, and Riley will keep it up.
Fun at 0 seconds.
Well, this one will hit the ceiling and will touch the ground, and Butler will win this best of 5. But what a series and a complete team effort from this crew. Morales getting the MVP in that final game, but Kai with the opening goal, and then Krieg with the dagger late. Butler showed up this week ready to play, and it's a well-deserved W.
Well-deserved W indeed. Everybody getting a goal from the Butler squad there in that game 5. Everybody really showed up across the board. I mean, we had Krieg with 4, Morales with 4, and Kai with 4. Just to show you how evenly distributed these goals were. And it's Butler really putting forth a team effort. I mean, we've called them the blue collar squad for a reason. Like, it's just fundamentals, hard work, and trust in your teammates is what has carried Butler to an 8-4 record here thus far, and a big victory over Villanova today.
And by the way, nobody shuts out Villanova. That's an offense that just does not get shut out in any series. They find ways to score. Horse on an air dribble, Riley on an infield pass, Milky Boy getting a demo somewhere. They never get shut out. For Butler on that stage to shut them out in game 5, that's a huge win and a huge booster. Again, this is a tightly compact Big East, especially when it comes to that, number 2, number 3 seeding overall. Yep. This was a huge win for Butler to not only get themselves back in the overall standings, but also to give themselves a very good chance in that Big East bracket.
Well, I think that 4-goal pass was one of the greatest plays I've seen all day. Here's hoping that our upcoming teams might be able to match in spectacular performances. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it is Montana taking on Marquette as EGFC Week 4 continues.